Hello, this is Farm Future News, episode 13. Thank you for watching today. It's a great pleasure, and I want also previous viewers to say thank you to them for all their very good reactions. And for those who are watching now, if you have certain questions about the subject or about other subjects within the agricultural practical field, let us know. We will focus on feedlot management and more specifically on feeding cows, making them healthy, and how to set up a feedlot. The first video is from a Ghanaian who is providing very good food.
What most of you have been asking me is, Fred, how do you keep your cows so clean and so healthy? Even in this community, everybody calls my cows the foreign cows. And they ask me, why are they so healthy? You know, you look at their stomach. Come here, come, let me show you guys. This is practical. Look at this cow. You see the amount of meat that it has. This is a male cow, very young cow actually, that we are not allowing to cross. Come over. Look at these cows. Look at their stomach. And this is what people are literally asking, how do we do this? And the secret is what they are doing right now. So with this cow, what we give them is two things. We give them food and we give them good, clean water. And if you look at what they're doing now, they are grazing. But they are not grazing just anything. They're grazing brachiaria grass. Come down. Let's go. Come down and see. Come down. Let's look at this, right? So these are all brachiaria grass that we've planted, right? So basically, they are on this grass grazing from morning till evening. And basically in the evening, what we'll do is we have some of this grass also dried and we'll be able to feed them in the evening. So throughout the night, they are also eating. And their health is important. What you need to do, first of all, deworming. Make sure that you're deworming them at least every 3 months. If you can do 2 months, even better. Especially in the rainy season, we do 1.5 months to 2 months, we are deworming. So make sure you deworm them. Make sure you're giving them salt lick to generate their appetites. Right? I'm not a fan of a lot of vaccination or a lot of medication to get bigger or so on. Just feed them with the right feed. Give them enough food and they are going to grow as bigger as you want. Come over. I think it's time for them to go. But if you look at any of these cows and you see that they are looking good. These are not sick cows. These are not cows eating on the refuse dump. These are not cows that you see just roaming about anywhere, right? They have the right feed and they are eating grass. Plant alfalfa, plant mabuda grass, whatever that you have, and make sure that they have enough food to eat. Cows eat a lot. They eat 30% of their body weight. So make sure that you're always feeding them and giving them enough water. And I promise you, you will have beautiful cows, as you guys can see.
Good food and good fresh water in abundance is very important for every feedlot because the cows need to eat and digest their food, and in order to grow to the weight that you have planned for the cow. But how to set up a feedlot that in this contribution that is coming from a farmer from Zimbabwe, he provides you very crucial information. Please listen, and then I will have a few words at the end.
Have got the correct ingredients for your feed mix, the one which you also have enough hay for these animals, and you need to be able to make sure that you get these things at a very reasonable, cheap price so that you can be able to gain more money from after you have converted it. This is whereby after you have done all these processes of making sure that you do, always make sure that there is always an abundance of water for them, because with the amount of corn they'll be eating, they need to consume a lot of water. A lot of hay that they'll be eating, they need to consume a lot of water. The cows do not need to, the minute you do this feedlot system, you need to make sure that they are always they're in a confined place. Purchase your cows, you make sure that you deworm them, you make sure that you put all the you vaccinate them, all the vaccinations that you need to do, because you're getting them from different farms, so you do not know what they're carrying from those farms. You really need to be very eyes on to making sure that these cows are given the right feed, given the right things, that given all the things that are correct. Once we have done that, we have gone through this process, make sure that you have worked in your transport costs, because there is going to be transport costs, veterinary costs, and police clearance costs to get your cattle to an abattoir. This is the paperwork that you will need as you have when you have purchased these cows or this cattle that you have purchased. So to me, I have said you can purchase any type of cattle, but the age is very important. But the ones which I say these are the 3 kinds of cows that I believe are very good converters of feed into into meat. So those 3, I would highly recommend them as for feedlot, those people who are doing feedlot. Then you obviously have your traditional ones. You will probably strike it very lucky if you actually get one that has never worked the fields before. Those ones will actually grow very fast, and they will actually have very tender meat. Or feeding cows, putting cows to the feed. So why are we doing all these things, and why do we really need to do all these things? You are trying to make sure that you go to market. There is a list of how they grade this meat, and your cow needs to fall within that grade of that meat. Once it has been slaughtered, they will give you the carcass weight, and that carcass weight will then determine your price, and it will then, after it has been graded by the graders who will come through normally at the abattoirs, they will grade it, and then they will give it then you know that your carcass versus whatever is now your cost. That is how much you're going to gain from your selling of your cow, minus the expenses of the slaughtering and transportation and the other purchasing of that cattle where you would have bought it from. These are the things that make up a feedlot. But the greatest thing I want to say is, before you do, please make sure that you understand where you're going to get your cattle from. These things after all your expenses. Then that is how feedlots becomes very profitable. The only way I sometimes believe that feedlots are very profitable is if I am starting a feedlot, I am looking at least 50 cattle. Why am I looking at 50 cattle? It's not look much better, and you also need to make sure that you're constantly weighing them every month or every 2 weeks to do, as in the weights and all that. After that, you then be able to then say to yourself, okay, I'm on the right track. But 50 is the best number, I would say, for a person who wants to start feedlot system, fattening or cow fattening, because fattening one cow is a waste of time. Because if you fatten one cow, after you fatten it, then what? It has got to the weight, you have put in the extra money, you have put in all the extra things, but you're not going to get anything out of it, really. So 50 is what I would say is the minimum number to start off with. You buy your, probably, even if we're saying that we're going to start off with 25, at the least 25, because you're needing to be batching them up in sets of 10. First 10 goes out, you sell it, you come back, that money you're now putting it into the next, to buying the next batch of cows that you'd have purchased. Whilst that is the only way you will feel that the money that you're doing from feedlot is actually working for you, than from you just trying to say that I am going to fatten 5 or 10. It will not work. You will actually feel more depressed by, once you have got that money and you look at it and you're going to say this is just so little amount of money, and you're not going to be going anywhere. Well, I hope I keep on subscribing to the channel and giving your comments. Thank you. And
the size of How to start is, of course, up to you. But scale of economy is very important. And in order to achieve a more flat, predictable cash flow, in order to buy 10 or 25, I would recommend a different approach. To purchase every 2 weeks, five. And so you build up a regularly purchase and to have a regularly sales, and that creates a regularly cash flow, and it's far better to manage a regularly cash flow as a cash flow where you have only sales every 6 or 7 months. So if you have more questions about how to set up a feedlot or how to make a good menu for your animals, please let us know and we can help you in developing those opportunities. I want to thank you for that you have watched this video, and if you like it, please push the like button, and if you want to see more of this content, please subscribe. We thank you and we hope to see you next week.